Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Weird. Okay, so Sandra, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm a fashion illustrator that's moving into lifestyle illustration. Specifically, my like who I want to serve are Latinas, particularly first generation Latinas like myself. And I've been on a long journey trying to figure out, my career. It's been more than I think like 10 years. And I feel like your course completely changed like the way I look at illustration. When I was, I would say like 2 years ago, I would do mostly just fashion illustration. So I would do like 9 head figures of like long alien like supermodels. And it just wasn't, it's beautiful to, draw designer gowns, but it's not really what I felt like the best use of my talent could be. So seeing you grow exponentially over the years has been one of my biggest motivations to like really, go after my dreams, and go after what I want to do, because I feel like for a long time I was holding myself back. I had the wrong mindset, thinking that I had to do like what my parents wanted me to do. I had to do the 9 to 5 job, and I couldn't pursue illustration. Like there's, this myth that there's no money in illustration. And I honestly feel so like a different person from last year completely.
Yeah.
So I'm just so honored to be here with you. And first of all, I really want to mention Happy Mother's Day. Ronan is like so lucky to have the best mama in the world. So I hope that you have an amazing Sunday. As your first Mother's Day, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it like being artist is definitely hard because you need time to draw and you need time to put yourself out there and market yourself. So that's why a lot of people think, oh, if I draw, people will come, but it's not. Like from past 7 years, I have I think about this every day, 24 hours, even sometimes when I sleep, I got ideas. So it's really something so exciting and so much potential. So can you tell us before you join the course what your life looks like before you join the course?
Before I joined the course, I was working crazy hours at Amazon. I was working literally from like 7 a.m. to maybe midnight most days. On weekends, my husband barely got to see me. I was very stressed out. I was drawing as a form of meditation. Like I would illustrate on my iPad or doodle in my sketchbook in order to like feel better. But I never thought that I could like launch myself as an artist, because where I'm from, Colombia, like there's a misconception about art and design where people think that you can't make it as an artist or a designer. But when you really think about it, everything that you are wearing, your house, your car, it was designed by somebody.
Yeah.
An artist had to draw it, take it out of their brain, and actually make it, So I really feel super, super lucky that I ran into your course, and I didn't expect like the results that I have right now. Like I literally joined it as like a fun project to do. I was like really looking into just going back into doing traditional illustration just for me, just as like a refresher. Because I'm a lifelong learner and I wanted to invest in furthering my education.
Yeah. And so what do you think this course, like which part of this course have like you benefit the most?
I feel like it's a course that beginners could take, people that are advanced, intermediate, like anybody could take this course and run with it, because you are kind of like a mentor that walks people through the course no matter where they're at in life or in their career. So for me, the most beneficial part of the course was the section where you go from product, like from sketch to product. And then also all of your bonus bonuses on like where you manufacture your notepads, where you know, those are like, that right there is worth the $397. Like literally completely changed my mind. Like it changed my mind about what I could do and how I could best serve my
Yep.
community. Because the also like the particular thing that you do with sketching like different ethnicities are incredible. Like being able to draw an Afro Latina or draw a Latina with, you know, bigger curves. You not only draw like you're leaving the this like high fashion model, and you're looking at real women and drawing real women and representing them. So I feel like throughout that course, you completely changed the way I draw.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So
It's
yeah,
something I also changed my mind when I first started my career. I also drew like red carpet. I drew a fashion week, all this like blonde, blue eyes, tall model that like I look nothing alike. And then I was just like, what? So yeah, I just spent 3 hours draw this beautiful gown. Now what? Like, what
exactly.
do I do with it? And then I realized, okay, there's no, yeah, it's fun to draw as a passion project, but if you want to make living, you cannot draw this. This is not marketable. So I realized you have to draw people who can relate to.
Yeah.
You have to draw people that they feel have emotionally connect to. That's where you can market your art. That's where you can cultivate fans, to have a tribe of like your art fans. So yeah, that's why I stopped drawing red carpet like Oscars or New York, all that, because that just does not resonate with me.
Exactly. I feel like I used to draw the red carpets again as inspiration as I was sitting on my couch watching the Grammys or watching the Oscars with my husband. But then even looking at the Oscars, the people that are nominated don't look like us.
No.
So, and it's like, and they barely win. When they do win, it's amazing, but they barely win awards. So then being able to draw people that represent us, that celebrate who we are as Latinas and Asian women, like that's the best thing you can do, I feel like, with your talent. So, and you have so much talent. I'm going to show everybody my planner. I have a happy planner that Rongrong designed, and literally I see her work every day. So every time I open my journal to like write my notes, to clear out my schedule, it is inspiring me, because I look at them and I look at like some of the stickers that you like have out, and they look like me. They look like you. They look like my friends. And it's so hard to find that in the industry. Like you walk into a Michael's or you walk into a Hallmark, and you're not going to find these beautiful illustrations.
No, yeah, that's the old traditional way of teaching, like where I learn at FIT. It's amazing, but the way of thinking and teaching is so old fashioned. And this is something that I have learned from my own experience. So that's why I put them all into the course. I want someone that have even no any art education, they can still learn from the scratch and still have right path to succeed.
Absolutely. Like you don't need any experience in drawing, in art. If you are passionate about drawing, if you're passionate about pushing your career further and investing in yourself, I think that's the biggest gift that you can give yourself. Why upgrade to an iPhone? Why go out and spend money on food or like going out to dinners? If you could save money and invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's what I had to learn how to do. I had to learn, you know what? I need to stop playing games and stop buying so much makeup, A. And B, I need to invest in courses that are going to take me to the next level. And your course did that. Like me saying, you know what? I'm going to invest $397 right now in order to push my career further. And then also learn that I need to buy a specific printer. I need to buy specific paper. Like you not only throughout the course, but like if I had questions about the course, like I would message you and you would respond right away. And not many teachers or not many course creators do that. Like,
Yeah.
not many course creators are available like you are. So I feel like you're not only getting a course, you're getting a mentor. Like, you're getting so much value that if you're on the fence, like, I highly, highly recommend you do it and just go for it. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. And for me, especially working in corporate culture, I felt like I wasn't able to do the same, like, have the same reach with the work that I do
Yes.
that what I have right now. Like, what
Yeah.
I'm doing right now is gonna disrupt the greeting card industry, so I'm coming for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love who is the person that has like huge ambition and drive and use their talent to do something that they really want to, they meant to be on this planet to do, and that's why that's where all this course about. It's not
Absolutely.
about somebody thinking about a half-ass and not sure. It's for someone really determined and
Yeah.
determined successful. Like, I moved from China, I come here to be an artist, and if you tell me, oh no, you can't be an artist, you're gonna starve. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make it work. I move all the way here. I cannot starve.
Absolutely. I got that from my family too. Like,
Yeah.
my dad's side of the family, like, ever since I was a little girl, they would say, "Oh, Sandra, you're gonna starve to death." Like, and let me tell you right now, I have gained weight during this pandemic, so I have not been starving. I have not been starving with my art. So that's so crazy that we come from like a similar background where people discouraged art, people discouraged what they thought wasn't a valuable career. And
Mm-hmm.
I say to that is that just because they couldn't do it doesn't mean we can't,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. They just didn't put the effort into it. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, for me, for the past 7 years, I breathe art. I think about art, I think about how to make it as a successful career, how to make it as a multi-million dollar company every single day. And I'm on my way to there. So
You're
I
doing it. You're doing it. You're inspiring all of us. We're all behind you, cheering you on, buying
and
everything. Whenever I see you launch anything, I'm ready. I'm ready to buy it and support you because I'd rather my money go to an independent creator like yourself, a fashion illustrator like yourself, than a big corporate corporation that doesn't care about who we are as people.
yeah, exactly. And my art is about empowering women. So I instead of like, yeah, I do put art and you can buy it and you can purchase and look at it every day, but I want to make a course for people who want to join me on this journey and we can go together. So that's why.
Absolutely. No, 100%. And I'm so happy that I joined your journey last year because I was lost. Like, after the
Yeah.
pandemic, a lot of things changed in my life. Things happened that I didn't expect, and I was very fortunate that I had you as a mentor, and really, like, you really completely changed what it was to live a life. Like, I'm living my dream life right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wake up every morning and I'm drawing, I'm packing orders, I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking my husband to help me with my printer because
That's
sometimes I print so many prints that I need his help. So you
mm-hmm.
really are not only empowering women, but you are empowering other artists to
Mm-hmm.
believe in themselves. So that to me is worth everything. So
Yeah.
I honestly feel like this course, if I wouldn't have taken it, I wouldn't have be where I am today.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad to hear. It's all about mindset.
Yeah, a
So
100%, a
yeah,
100%.
yeah. Even like a lot of people have tell me every day, they're like, I'm at my corporate job, I'm just exhausted, I'm so, but they won't give themselves a chance to change.
No,
You
because they're scared. They're scared and they have this mindset that they can't. And
Yeah.
when you really look at everything in your life, at least for me,
Mm-hmm.
every time I wanted to go out and do something, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I wanted to go collaborate with Chanel, I would go to the boutique, leave my business card every day for like a month straight until they called me, and
Yeah.
they called me and they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? let's collaborate with you.
Yeah.
Same with DVF and Carolina Herrera. Like when people see, when you put your work out there and people
Mm-hmm.
see that you're working with these big brands, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what, we're interested in working with you. Let's work together. Let's do something,
Yeah.
and collaborate. So
Yeah. See, same as me. When I first moved to Houston, I went to TJ Maxx to buy something for my apartment, and that's when I discovered, oh, you can have your art to sold in all these retail stores, and then I was just sitting. I was not sitting, but standing in between the aisle. I was
yeah,
looking. It's where my brain started working. I'm like, how do I get my art in here? How do I get my art into Target, all these places? And you just keep working on it. You search and the opportunity will open. If you don't take the first step, opportunity doors will close forever. You
exactly.
to make the attempt first. Yeah,
Yeah, and you have to keep attempting. You have
yeah,
to keep going. Just because
yeah,
somebody says no, okay, go to the next person and the next person.
yeah.
Because if you really want to do something, if you have a vision, if you have an idea, if you have a product that you want out into the world, it's not going to put itself out there. You
Mm-hmm.
need to work. You need to put in the work, and like seeing the way you work,
Mm-hmm.
girl, like I remember like last year, I think it was last year, your fabric launched in Joanne Fabrics. And I
Yeah.
went and I was picking up something for, I think it was like a costume party for my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw your fabric and I started screeching. I'm like, oh my God, look, it's Margaret's fabric. And it's so amazing to see
Mm-hmm.
you go from your illustrations to real product, real life. It gave me life. It gave me so much inspiration.
So much potential. Sometimes you just need to see someone else have done and just give your self affirmation. You can do it too. It's all about
Yeah,
mind and not like,
yeah.
yeah, work.
And you, I bet your husband is super supportive. Like my husband Jonathan, he
Mhm,
knows that when I have an idea in my head, like I need to pursue it and I need to do it.
mhm,
And being able to have that, like the people in your life, because you have mentors as well, right? You take your own courses,
mhm.
you
Yeah,
pay money to
I
continue your education. So I
yeah,
think if you don't invest in yourself, then why are you investing in everybody else's dream?
yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, I'm still investing myself. I invest like tons of $1,000 into those mastermind to take my business to the next level. You can't do this alone.
No, no,
You
you need an army of people behind you
yeah.
supporting you. And I also am taking, aside from your course, I took a marketing course, Power
Hmm.
Your Launch with
Hmm.
Abu Fofana. And literally, I'm learning how to do different tactics of marketing. And
Hmm.
it's completely changed how I do like what I do is specifically with how I give out like like everything with like not only producing work, but producing things that people want for free,
Hmm.
like giving out things that of value, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. So first you have to make a decision. I will do it. Second, find the right mentor who have done that successfully. And the third one is learn what they have done, learn all the knowledge from them and make it on your own.
Yeah.
And period. And then along the way, find more coaches or peers or other artists or whoever in your community to help you and help each other out.
Yeah.
Is
I mean, for me, I've mentored people in Amazon in my corporate
Mhm,
job. And now currently when somebody asks me questions,
mhm,
I'm gonna tell them what
mhm,
printer I use, what
mhm,
card paper, because I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to win. Like this isn't a competition. You're competing against yourself.
mhm,
You know, like you're competing against like you doing better every day
mhm.
and collaborating with people. So and being able to reach out to people and say, "Hey, let's work on a product together." You know, it comes to a point where there's so many opportunities that we miss that we don't take because we're too scared to even try.
Yeah. Yeah, I am so glad to have people in the community I can lean to, and if I have question, I can ask. So you definitely, if you wanna take it seriously, you need a mentor, you need courses, you need somebody who have done that to show you the path. If you like me have no mentor in the beginning. So for the past 7 years, I have literally just try and error, figure out everything on my own. And if you invest this course, it will save you 7 years of time.
It saved me 10 years because it took me 10 years to get to where I'm at. So like really think about it. You're not like think about over time, over the span of 10 years, how many times you go buy a coffee or how many times you've upgraded your iPhone. And it's like, what if you spent that money on yourself? What if you spent that money on knowledge? Because
Mhm.
to me, something that my grandfather always instilled in me is that education is the only thing that nobody can take away from you.
Exactly. Yeah. Knowledge, once you learn, is yours. And
Yes.
whoever who have the talent in art, who wants to be an artist, is great because right now the technology is replacing everything, you know,
Everything.
and only the art I don't see is gonna be replaced anytime soon. So
Oh
it,
no, a computer can't do what you do. A
no.
computer can't do what I do. So you have to think about, companies are easily replacing people
Yes.
left and right
Back
during
up.
a pandemic, during whatever. If you fall sick the next day, they're gonna push you
Bye.
out.
They got
Bye. So what are we doing? We're building our own empires. We're
yeah,
building our own companies. So we have that job security.
yeah.
So your son doesn't have to worry about anything because he's
No.
he's gonna be he's gonna be fine. For me, growing up, like I come from nothing. Like my parents, they immigrated from Colombia to
Hmm.
Miami,
Hmm.
and we lived in a pretty low income neighborhood. And for me, my biggest thing was I would go into my room and I would just start sketching in my sketchbook to dream of the life that I could one
Yeah.
day achieve. And I'm so grateful that I would go to the library and I would go check out fashion illustration books.
Hmm.
And every time I wanted to learn something,
Hmm.
I feel like the universe or God like puts it in my path. So I
Yeah.
really feel like your course last year was like God telling me, hey, check this out. She has it all planned out for you. You just have to sign up, take the
Thank
course.
Yeah, literally. I'm so grateful that you said yes, and I'm very proud of you. Put the hard work in and make it on your own. So it's very, very inspiring. That's why I want to bring you on and share with everybody. So your
Thank you. I
story
appreciate it.
is amazing, and what have you achieved just within 1 year? It's amazing. So you and many other students of mine, like last week I interviewed Allison. So many students like you are just make me smile every day. I feel like I'm doing something really, really worth and really, really, really impactful for people's life.
100%. Like you changed my life. Like last year, I was not really sure about what I was gonna do, and
Yeah.
I feel like unfortunately, this pandemic really pushed me into
Hmm.
deciding what do I want to do. Do you want to
Hmm.
pursue your future, or do you want to keep hiding and not going for it and not living the fulfilled life that you deserve to live? So I thank you for that.
Thank you. From last year, I feel like your whole energy is changed. Like you're now so happy, energetic, doing something that you're excited about versus corporate job. Like you kind of feel like drag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was really hard. I mean, it's mostly also just for me. I need to do work that I'm passionate about and that fulfills me and that fulfills a purpose. Like my goal is eventually to keep growing my business, but
Mm-hmm.
also like hiring other women of color like
Hmm.
us to
Hmm.
join and build them up
Yeah.
and keep leading. Because like what you just did is you took me and you
Hmm.
built me up. So now
Hmm.
I'm going to go and build up 5 more people, and then those
Awesome.
people are going to build up more people. And so this is like a cycle that
Yeah.
we are breaking, and we are really trying. At least for me, my biggest thing is I want to make sure that other Latinas, other women,
Hmm.
especially of color, feel empowered to do what they want to do with their life and not be scared of what could be, you know? So
Yeah.
I think you mentioned in an email that you sent out yesterday about us, about me, is about Amazon. And what I made in basically last month was like my most profitable month because of all the work that I've been doing and kind of getting to that point. And I made what I make in a month at Amazon, I made in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's
So
awesome.
think about that. Like what I made at Amazon in a month, I made in 2 weeks.
Weeks. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
never thought that could happen. I
Yeah.
never thought I could, like, you know, launch a product and for that to happen,
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at my bank account and I'm like, did somebody deposit money from another account? Is this mine? Is this my account? Okay, cool.
That's
So just
amazing.
being able to like take control of my life, take control of who, you know, what I do and who I am. And, you know, me and my husband have so many goals and plans. Like, we really are excited. Hopefully this year we'll buy a house. And I feel like I couldn't do that working at a corporate job because I was always nervous about what's going to happen tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
will I get laid off? Will, you know, somebody, you know, do something in order to get ahead and push me down? And for me, I just feel I just feel liberated. So you literally just like liberated me from the chains of the mindsets that I had and the I can'ts, and really changed my perspective. Like, I wake up every morning now and I write in my gratitude journal and everything that I am thankful for. Like, you're in my journal like probably like 100 times. let me just tell you that you are in my. I'm like, I'm grateful for Rongrong, my mentor. She's everything. And then your stickers are always next to it. But I literally like have completely changed as a person, as a human, and I'm just proud of being Latina, and like I am being recognized by other big Latina accounts that I never thought would happen. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just here, I'm just drawing, I'm just trying to like really make it. And I just want to say I love you and I appreciate you.
Thank you. That's an amazing story. Like, we all love a good story, and this is the best one so far. This is amazing, and I'm really proud of you. It's just that's all I can say. And I want to tell you, I'm always be here if you have any question,
Thank
or
you.
I'm here to help you, lift you up more.
Oh, I know and I feel it. And like I've DM'd you so many times of questions like, somebody approached me to do licensing, can you help me? And you've been so sweet and amazing and humble, and I think that's why you're also very successful. Like, you're super humble and incredibly talented at the same time. So that's a very good combo to have. I feel like my grandfather, he instilled in me that you have to treat everybody with respect. And the way you do, like, you probably talk to a CEO the same way you would talk to a cleaning lady. I appreciate that. And I love that. I love that about you. And I honestly feel like this, like, again, I cannot say any more good things about the course, but like, it literally changed the trajectory of my life.
That's so amazing. That I can't wait to see what else. Maybe you will make like yourself one day worth of your salary in a month or something.
Oh, that's my next goal. If that
Yeah,
happens,
I'm telling
I'm
you.
coming to Texas and we're gonna have a celebration. Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to like pop some champagne if that happens. But yeah,
there's
my
so
goals are always to go further, to keep going, to keep
yeah.
stacking up and pushing myself further. And I literally this month has been the biggest focus for me has been graduation. As a first generation Latina, I'm the first one in my family to graduate from college and from high school. My parents didn't have the opportunity to go to high school or college. My grandfather, on both sides, were farmers. And so they didn't have access to education like I did. So my big focus this month is to celebrate all the Latina grads that are out there and are doing their thing, because it honestly, it makes me so proud that a lot of these girls, especially, like, at least for me, like, I had to work 3 jobs in order to pay for books, for tuition, and for rent. because you know, at least in my junior year, my father unfortunately lost his job and he got laid off. This was during the 2009 recession, and I was nervous. I was scared. I thought that I couldn't, you know, finish school. I couldn't finish college. And then one of my professors pulled me aside and is like, "You're at the finish line. You're gonna graduate. Like, if we all have to pull in money for you to graduate, we're gonna figure it out because you gotta graduate."
Yeah.
And thank God I did, because if I didn't graduate, there would be, you know, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't have had the opportunities in the corporate world to learn, you know, what I've learned in the corporate world and bring it into my business.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is for a reason.
100%.
Yeah. So just want to say it. So I am very happy and I'm so grateful that you agreed to be on this live and share your story. And so sending you all the loves and positive vibes, and so much more opportunity. Doors will open for you.
Thank you.
For people who have think about it and or on the fence, the door is closing tomorrow. So the bonuses and the early bird pricing will go away. Tomorrow is the last day. So
and you need to get it. Like, you need to save the $100. If you're on the fence about it today, don't wait till tomorrow and have to pay more and not get the bonuses. So, because that's the bonuses is where I got a lot of the important information that I needed to kind of really build out my business and think about working with different products and notepads and just like manufacturers. So those bonuses are gold. Those bonuses are worth the whole entire course and more.
Thank you. Yeah, what I have recommended is to have your own website, have your own brand instead of doing your art as a freelancer, because you're trading your time for money. Like for me last year, we both do events, like live sketch at events, and last year the pandemic, no events at all. So
exactly.
What if you rely on other people give you work, and since like pandemic happened, you got no income, you're gonna freak out. So that's why I really heavily recommend you guys to build your own website, build your own fans, to really, maybe the money compared the commission from corporate is small, but it's small but it's steady. Like you have to sell art to your fans, to what you decide to create, versus even though like the corporate will give you tens of $1,000s for one project, but for some reason pandemic happened or something happened, you got nothing. So that's why I'm really happy that you decide to invest your own website to sell your cars that way.
Yeah, I right now I have them both on Etsy and on my website, but I really want to just build out my website.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody taking my money. Like, I don't want anybody taking the cut of what I'm making. Like, I want everything to come to me. Yeah. So I honestly feel like that's the best advice you can give. Build your own website, build your own community, make sure that you are not undervaluing yourself. If somebody like DMs you and is like, hey, can you do a commission for free? Or if a big corporation's like, hey, there's a competition for you to submit your art to be featured. Guess what? Featured and exposure does not pay the bills, baby. Like, let's not give corporations free work. Let's if they want to work with us, they have to pay us, and they have to pay us what
not
there's a book that I want to share. I don't know if you know. Do you know about this book? You know about this book, right?
I know.
So this book is great if you don't know how to price your work. And like, I mean, this handbook, literally, if you need to figure out how much a specific illustration will cost for editorial piece, or even, you know, I don't know about fabric because you know about fabric. But yeah, I highly suggest you don't work for free. You say no. If there's a project that you don't want to do, say no. Oh, I think we have a question.
If Oprah asks you to draw for free, maybe yes.
Okay, Oprah, bueno, pero Oprah sí, like Oprah, okay, like I'll do it for Oprah. because she's inspiring. Pero
Yeah.
I'll write the name of the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, they all want to know the book.
So it's called The Pricing and Ethical Handbook Guidelines.
You can put them on the screen and people can do a screenshot.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I think that's like the best thing you can do. Screenshot. Okay.
Yeah.
My hands are getting tired, guys.
This is pretty much like everybody has one for in terms of artist or freelancer or something.
But you're right. You were right about trading your time for money. I'm creating products for money, scaling products.
Yeah, use product to scale. You can create art, scale multiple times. Like I still get paycheck every month from the art I created 7 years ago. It's art print inspired by Audrey Hepburn. A lot of you still can get it from TJ Maxx now. So you create one art and you sell for lifetime. And I taught you in the class, right?
You taught me how to do that.
Yeah. So whoever wants to create a lifelong passive income and as an artist, there's no better way to do that. And I taught you in the class. So, and somebody asked, can you advise on using your legal name as?
So my brand is called Fearless Yaya. My brand is I wanted to separate my name, my artist name, Sandra Lucia Diaz, from my business. And so Fearless Yaya is all about, I've always been fearless. I go out and I take risks and I do what I want to do. And I have a shirt that says, hago lo que me da la gana. So basically, I'm fearless. And Yaya is based on my brother's nickname that he gave me when I was a kid.
Oh, so
all
cute.
of my family in Colombia calls me Yaya.
Yaya.
The reason why I did that was because I didn't want my name as my LLC, and that's a personal choice.
It's a great name, Fearless Yaya. It's like very rememberable.
How would you answer that question? You using your name as an artist for your company. What made you decide to do that?
What made decide me to do that? I mean, I can't think of any other name. I mean, I'm the artist and I create art with my own hand. So that's it. And then Rongrong is, I just want this name be popular in US.
Oh, it's everywhere. I see it in TJ Maxx. I see it at Joanne Fabrics. I see it in my Happy Planner. I see it everywhere. So
yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm very like you. We have goals and ambition. So this lady asked about timing. I'm 43, just got the class deal. What do you mean just got the class deal? Is it too late for me? It's never too late for any. 43 is not old. What do you talk about?
Okay, my grandfather lived to 103. And let me tell you, he was not old. He would take shots with my bridesmaid at my wedding.
Oh.
And he would go crazy, and he remembered my birthday every year. He would call me. So when it's too late is when you're dead. So if you have a dream at 43, at 35, at 5, at 75, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
If you're making the excuses of like, oh, I can't afford this or I can't do it. No. Let's stop saying these things and say, yes, I can invest in myself. I am going to invest in myself. I am going to do this. I am good enough. I am worthy.
Yeah. Make a lot of sense too, Rongrong. I boils down personal choice. Yeah. It's 43. It's not old, ladies. What you talk about?
It's not old at all. Like I mean, I have friends that are launching businesses at 60, 70. Like I have a friend that graduated from Ringling at 72. She went back, got her master's in fine art, and became a successful gallery artist. So it's
What
really up to you to decide if you want to invest and you want to change your mindset in order to achieve your ambitions and your dreams.
I feel like being started at older age, for example, if you think 43 is old, it's good because you get more life experience. You can create art that resonate with your community, with your group of people. So there's a
Absolutely.
teenager can create art that resonate with a teenager, and you create art with the mid age. Like they're just you have different target audience.
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
Like
and
I feel like to me, like the work that I create, like for example, can I show some of the
yeah,
like
yeah.
my illustrations?
Go
So
ahead,
like my
please.
AOC illustration, like I did it because I'm inspired by, you know,
Oh
the
yeah.
people that I draw. And this is who I grew up listening to, Selena. So for me, the people that I'm illustrating, like
Mm-hmm.
in my graduation cards, are
Mm-hmm.
Latinas, first generations that are going through the hardest moment right now with during this pandemic and graduating and not being able to fully celebrate their graduation. And it's so sad that, you know, that you don't see cards like this in stores. There
Mm-hmm.
you can never find something like this as
Yeah,
personalized,
yeah.
um and with the detail with the different hairstyles and colors
Mm-hmm.
and lengths, and you know, for me, I really wanted to represent
Mm-hmm.
Afro Latinas. I wanted to represent Latinas that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I especially wanted to even look at people that come from Central America, people that are from Haiti, like people from all over Latin America that are celebrating a graduation and really wanting to do more, and like, you know, especially during this pandemic, it's been hard for everybody. It's been
Yeah.
hard to even gather and celebrate or be with your family or see your family. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, my goal is to create more work
Mm-hmm.
that is based on who I am, a
Mm-hmm.
Latina, Colombiana,
Mm-hmm.
crazy parcera, and like really, really do my part in leaving the world a better place,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that I leave a mark and represent my community, because our communities aren't represented in the corporate world.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I see the art the rich is in the niches, which like the community that you focus on, and you don't want to be Walmart, you want to be a specialty store. So that's what the art should be. You want to be creating art that not finding anywhere else. So
Yeah. Like my friend Sandra says, representation matters. Like
yeah,
being able to see ourselves in our work, like the way you illustrate all types of women, not just Asian women, Latinas, like your Latina
I really
sticker book that came out,
yeah.
like African Americans, like the way you illustrate like
Mm-hmm.
afros and braids, like you
Mm-hmm.
give them so much life. And I
Mm-hmm.
see my friends in them. Like I
Yeah.
see everybody that I know represented in your work. So that inspires me to push my work further. And that's why I stopped like working on, like I said, like the gowns and the
Yeah.
runway looks, because
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Like if the runway looks aren't happening, then
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing
Oh,
coming in.
you
So, and
you
I had to
anything?
turn down a lot of jobs last year when it came to live sketching events because it
Yeah.
wasn't safe.
Yeah.
So both me and my husband, we have health conditions, like pre-existing
Mm-hmm.
conditions, and I'm not going to put first, you know, my family in danger,
Yeah.
or even the people that are out in, like, hey, come get
Yeah.
a free illustration
Yeah.
at you know, Saks and potentially get COVID
Mm-hmm.
too. Like, I'm not going to do that to my
Mm-hmm.
audience, to my followers, because
Mm-hmm.
I love them as family. And most of them that are on here, like, they know that they can reach out to me, that anytime they need advice, I'm here for them as well. So I appreciate that you're so open with us
Mm-hmm.
as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about what made you want to develop this course, and what pushed you to set off this education
Mm-hmm.
and send it to the world? Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. So the reason is so simple. When I first started 7 years ago, I don't know where to start. I am in Houston, a new city. I don't have any connection and I don't have a business degree. I just know how to draw. I want to be a full-time artist. I want to be my own boss. So I have reached out to some artists that like fashion illustrator a little bit behind, ahead of me, ask for the direction and for feedbacks. And some of them block me on Instagram, stopping me from message them. And some on Etsy trying to report me, saying I copy their work. So it's just kind of nasty. So I tell myself, if I make this happen, I'm gonna make a course. I'm gonna share all the secret to people. I don't believe you should be share what you learn and help each other. So that's
Yeah.
what. And the other one is just everybody tell me you're gonna be starved if you will be an artist. You might as well find a job like graphic designer or something. So that's another. I want more people able to learn from this course and be successful and make so much money and make it rain and let people know this is absolutely bullshit. Like artist is thriving. So that's it. And two reasons I want to just share my knowledge and let more people be successful artists, and especially do something like what we do, drawing, fashion illustration, not just traditional art, not a fine artist. Um, that's a different road. Compare us, we are commercial artists. Commercial, you have to market your art. It's not like your art can sit in a gallery. Nobody gonna buy art like what I create in a gallery. So that's
Yeah,
different.
it's a completely different world. The gallery world is a completely different world, and I feel very I first of all, I'm sorry that that happened to you. As an illustrator, like I could never not tell somebody, give them advice, because I feel like that's what my mentors have told me, that my goal, like for example, Bill Donovan, I don't know if you're familiar with Bill
Yeah,
Donovan's work.
he is
He,
a professor.
oh no way, that's awesome.
I
Like
bet you. Yeah.
he he was working with me at Saks. So he was
Mm.
doing a Dior event and I was working at Chanel.
Oh,
So
okay.
he came over and he was like, "Oh, I love what you do. I love your illustrations." I was with my mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically I was like, I asked Bill, "Can you draw my mom A? And then B, can you please give me some advice as an illustrator?" And he literally, like
It's
after the whole thing, took, 20-30 minutes to talk to me about how to like push myself and draw
mm-hmm.
every day and sketch
Mm-hmm.
from life
Mm-hmm.
and share my knowledge with
Mm-hmm.
other artists, share
Mm-hmm.
my knowledge with other illustrators. So for me, I'm grateful that for me he is my hero, like somebody that I looked up to when I was growing up. And for
It's
him
an,
to say that my work is good, I was like, I was about to, fall and faint to the ground. And then,
yeah.
like that's just nasty when other illustrators or other people block and do all these
It's
weird things. Like, don't ever, like, that I got your back and I will
yeah.
always support what
And
you do.
like I'm creating art. I'm put my art out there everywhere, and they still drawing red carpet. So it's all about mindset. You have to be open. So
100%.
yeah,
100%.
that's my goal to create this course. And I see there's a lot of people have good feedback and they love you. So
Well, I love them, and it's just been
thank
it's
you.
honestly been a tough week for me too, because there's a lot going on in Colombia right now. I'm originally from Colombia, and so there's been a lot of protests and a lot of people going through a really hard time. Like, and I feel like it's something that at least we're blessed that we live in this country and we're able to go protest and have free speech. So just wanted to touch on, like, if anybody doesn't know what's going on in Colombia, I would say hashtag look at SOS Colombia, just to make sure that you're aware of all the crazy things that are happening in
uh,
my home country. And I'm sure, like, like in China and other places that we're from, it's really hard to grasp everything that's going on in the world, and continue to work on your business and push forward. But the goal is hopefully one day I'll be able to, donate and be at a point where I could build up, some, like for me, like I build up a foundation, or figure out a way where people in Colombia can have the same opportunities as I do here. Because honestly, I can't do what I do here in Colombia. How about you?
Well,
how do you feel?
when I leave China 10 years ago, maybe not, but right now, China is so developed, like it's amazing. I feel like the art definitely, I maybe can do what I do in China. However, China is not as diverse as US, which is what I love to draw. I don't want to draw just one single woman. I want to draw all kinds of women together.
Girl, me too. I'm drawing everybody. I am drawing every single
I'm better
type of woman.
Here.
Like everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. Thank you, Runway Houston. I know I need to go back to watch some runway show and sketch some runway shows.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I know that we're almost at time, and I just want to make sure that we answer any questions about the course. If you ever have any questions about the Fashion 101 course, DM both of us. Like, we will make sure to answer any like questions, anything that you feel is if anything is holding you back. Like, we are here to support you and help you get to this journey, get to the other end. Because right now you're just looking at it and it looks overwhelming, and you're like, how am I going to get to the place that we're at?
Literally.
But if you don't take the first step, if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't do the things, at least for me, if anything, like, make sure you sign up for both of our email subscriptions. It's in the link in the bio. She sends out gold. She sends out, like, in a random, like, Monday, she'll send out, hey, here's a free sheet for your fitness, or hey, here's a free wallpaper. And I send out free wallpapers too. So I'm about to send out some coloring pages for my Latina grad card collection. So make sure you're signed up. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Oh, my mother-in-law is here. She said that Mr. Donovan did a beautiful sketch of me. Thank you, Sandra, for the surprise. Yeah, I didn't tell her that we were gonna, like, that was gonna happen. And so she still has the portrait that Bill Donovan did of her in her house.
He is a very successful artist. So what I'm doing October 14th, we'll talk about the afterward, because right now I don't know. So yeah, seems like I see some people who already joined the course that's in this chat. So congratulations. You will learn a lot from the course. So if we don't have more questions, if you have more, just DM us. The course, the door closed tomorrow. So if you want to think about it, or any question, DM us before that.
Yeah, and if you have a graduate in your life and you want to do a custom Latina grad card for them, even if it's just a graduate, it doesn't necessarily have to be Latina. It could be any type. It could be, African American. I've had so many orders this week, so I will send you a mock-up and print it out and ship it to you as fast as possible, so you can get it for your grad. So the links are in both of our bios. Hopefully you all had a good time and have gotten some inspiration. I know you always inspire me, girls, so I'm super grateful for you, Rongrong. So please, please, please know that I am so appreciative of you, and I hope you have the most wonderful Mother's Day, as it's your first Mother's Day.
Yes.
And thank you so much for, like, being open and sharing your journey with fertility. Like, it's like,
have to.
For me, like, it's really inspiring that I see you growing and continue to grow, and I want to see what's happening next. Like, I'm super excited. Like, I'm on my feet. Like, if you launch another course, like, I'm the first one that's going to sign up. So super, super excited and happy that you had me on this live. And again, I'm always here for you, and thank you for changing my life, and thank you for
Oh,
giving me an opportunity to grow as a
yeah.
person, as an artist, and I can't wait to see what's the future, like what the future holds.
Thank you. You know, there's an old saying say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So you are ready. Then I show.
I was ready, and you appeared. You
Yeah.
literally appeared. Like, I don't
So
know how. I think it was in my Instagram feed or you were on a live, but I literally was like, she is talking to me. She is literally telling me that this is the way to my dreams. And
Mhm.
I think the other thing that I don't know if you do this, but I do vision boards. I've always done like a vision board in the beginning
Mhm.
of the year to plan out what I want to do and what I want to launch.
Mhm.
And so it's just, I had you in my vision board. I think I had one of your stickers. And then for you to like launch this course and
Mhm.
then for me to take it, it was all part of the
To be-
vision. Like it was all
Yeah.
part of the what
Yeah.
I was gonna do.
Yeah.
So
I'm
just
just
want to thank you
a
again.
stepstone for you to achieve your next chapter of your life. So very happy that I'm able to help you and contribute a little bit. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Thank
And
you, everyone. I hope you have
yeah.
a good weekend. And to all the mothers, happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Sandra.
Bye.